Welcome to Fearless Emma Takes on the World. I'm the co-host of the show, Tim, Emma's dad. And now for the star of our show, Emma.
Take two. Welcome to Fearless Emma Takes on the World. I'm Emma. Please make sure to check us out on iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and SoundCloud. We are also on Instagram at fearless_Emma. Check out our website at emmatakesontheworld at .libsyn.com.
So, yeah, make sure it's emmatakesontheworld.libsyn.com. As you can tell, I'm not Emma. I'm Emma's dad. And Emma, what? It's been a couple weeks since we had our last podcast. And since our last podcast, we actually have a visitor at the house today, don't we?
Yeah.
And who happens to be that visitor?
My grandpa.
Your grandpa, yeah. He's enjoying some of the sunny weather in California while it is wet back in Iowa.
Freezing ice cold.
It is freezing ice cold, and it is snowing. So as your grandma Debbie listens to this, she's probably going to be just roasting mad because, they had like 6 to 8. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'm going to say they had like 2 feet of snow, but it's probably like 3 inches. So what I joked today when I was with Grandpa? You know what I joked?
What?
That we had to worry more about a sunburn than a frostbite today. So, so enough about me, and I'm glad that we're going to do this podcast today. But what do you want to talk about today?
We're going to talk about how my week went.
Okay. Well, how did your week go? I know that there was probably a very...
I died Tuesday.
You died Tuesday. Well, how did you die Tuesday? I'm looking right at you. You're still here.
It's a metaphor.
It's a metaphor. A metaphor for what? Okay, I want you to tell me what happened.
Okay, so in PE, it was game day. Like, we played sports. We were going to play ultimate frisbee. One of our players was out, so they had to give us one of their players so it would be even. Okay. And then what happened, we started the game, we scored, then all of a sudden we were all supposed to start back on the line, and then when we told them scoot back to your line, they're like, nah, we're going to stay here. I'm just like... Ooh, you messed with the wrong person today. I was already in a bad mood before. So, yeah, I was not really happy to be messed with.
Wow, you were a little agitated. So you messed with the wrong person. So I guess why? So did you guys win at Ultimate Frisbee?
Yeah, but I really didn't do nothing because no one wanted to let me touch the frisbee. I'm like, I'm open, but you toss it to a person that's not open, like
you're invisible?
Yeah. Like, no one ever noticed me. I'm just like...
So how do you change that for the next time you play then?
Oh, I will be really mad, and then they'll notice me, and then they won't have to, because I'm just like... If they don't, I'll slap the frisbee right out of their hands.
Wow, that seems a little aggressive, doesn't it?
Yeah, but next time they should notice me. I'm on their team. They should notice me.
Well, but do you want to slap it out of their hand? Because if you slap it out of their hand, what happens? What happens if the frisbee hits the ground?
From what team?
From your team. Let's say you slap it out of your friend's hand. What happens?
I'll go to their team. I would only do it when we're on our side, not their side.
Okay, so you just slap it out of their hand, and you guys will lose the frisbee, and
we'll just start back up, and then we'll just slap it out of their hands and then gain it.
Okay, well, so it sounds like a pretty wild game of Ultimate Frisbee.
Yeah, they think the other team was lying, dirty, stinking cheaters.
Lying, dirty, stinking cheaters. So it sounds like they might lack what we call integrity
Or truthfulness.
So maybe that's a good life lesson as you're playing ultimate frisbee, that you play with. You're a good sport, and you share in that sportsmanship with others. Correct?
Yeah, and so they think they scored a point, but no, they didn't. She did not. She touched it, but she did not catch it in the end zone.
Oh, okay. So she touched it, but she didn't catch it, so that means it doesn't count.
Yeah, and they thought it was a point, but it didn't count. So when we start, they were back to their end line, and then we were gonna start where they started. And they're like, "Well, you back up," and they're just like, "You."
Okay. Well, so it sounds like it was probably a pretty rough game of ultimate frisbee. Hopefully this upcoming week we can have good sportsmanship. I would probably frown upon you knocking a frisbee out of somebody's hand, but just try to make sure that you're a good teammate, right? You always want to be a good teammate.
Yeah, but it's not good when you leave someone out of their team. Like,
that's right. You want to make sure that everybody's included, right?
Yeah, like all they care about is winning. I'm like, it's just a fun game for PE. You don't have to win it.
Right. Well, some people get ultra competitive. Sometimes I'm pretty competitive.
Like, if it's for PE, like, if I'm trying to win, like, I'm not winning anything. Like, what do I get if I win? It's just a game. Like,
and I think that that's a good lesson, right? It's just a game.
Yeah, but if you're, like, playing for championships, you have to be, like...
Right. You got to be one of those people that you're going to be on top of it. But it's PE, and it's just a game, right?
Yeah, like, PE is not like you're playing for championships. Like, you don't have to act like it.
Yeah. So next time, you just keep doing your thing, right? And maybe that kind of takes me back to your comment about slapping it out of their hand. Maybe we don't do that. But what we do is we continue to have what?
Good integrity.
Good integrity and fun. You want to make sure that you have fun too, right?
Yeah, but then I started so I also had allergies too. But then I started crying a little, and then they didn't even notice it.
The dogs are in the background. They're barking. They're playing too. So okay. So we've talked about that a little bit, Emma. What else happened? One thing that we didn't talk about in the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to talk about, was your picture day. So you called yourself the breath of
beautifulness,
because you just had highlights put in your hair. Mm-hmm. And did you do your makeup that day?
Yeah, Mom did. And I also used my new straightener.
Your new straightener.
It's like a brush, too.
And I'm sure you looked what?
Beautiful.
And you were not being a...
hot mess.
Yeah, so you kind of got that nickname over time. You've got your nails done today, so you're the breath of beautifulness. You had your pictures done. How do you think your pictures turned out?
They turned out really good. It was just the smile. It's like...
What about your smile, Emma?
It looked funky.
It looked funky. So, okay. Well, so you're having some good time. So, all right. So we've had a good time today talking a little bit about ultimate frisbee pictures. But you know what? I got a good one for you. Emma, I think people can hear us whispering. So your hand gestures have to be a little bit better when you're trying to whisper to me. Okay. So I got a good one for you, Emma.
A good one what?
I got a good joke for you. Why can't you have a nose 12 inches long?
Because then it would be a foot.
Yeah, you heard me say that earlier.
Yeah. Don't say our jokes out loud, because then you just ruin them.
Well, I never quite ruin anything, but... what do prisoners use to call each other? Think about it. They use cell phones. Get it? They're in a cell. They use cell phones.
Okay.
So you got anything from me, Emma?
Since it's Halloween coming up, I thought I'd do some Halloween jokes.
Okay, you give me a Halloween joke. I want to hear it.
What kind of music do mummies listen to?
Rap music.
I am very disappointed in you right now.
Emma, you want to know something? That's just because I'm awesome.
So my second joke, what do witches get at hotels?
What do witches get at hotels? That I don't know. What do witches get at hotels?
Broom service.
Broom service. That's pretty good. I like that. Okay. Hey, Emma.
Yeah?
How many apples grow on the tree? How many apples grow on the tree? Well, you know what? How many apples that grow on the tree? All of them grow on the tree, Emma. They all grow on a tree. So, what do you call a deer with no eyes?
Eyeless deer?
No idea. Yeah, you didn't get that one either.
I got another joke.
Okay, you go.
I fart because it's the only gas I can afford.
Yeah, that is true. That's the only gas you can afford because you're supposed to do chores to earn money. So you can't, since you don't do many chores, you don't earn much money, right? So, all right. So we're trying to fight the sun today in sunny California, and they're fighting what?
Winter.
Snow and the winter, the cold back in Iowa and Colorado, right? So say hi to all your family back in the cold and the snow.
Hello, you're missing out on sunny California.
That's right. Okay, Emma. Anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up today?
Thank you for listening to another episode of Fearless Emma Takes on the World. If you have any suggestions or if you have any bad dad jokes or good kid jokes, send them our way. I would love to read them on air. You can leave us comments on our website or comment on our Instagram page at fearless_Emma. Our Instagram page also includes pictures from our visits to the sites we talk about on our podcast. Please make sure to subscribe and like us on iTunes.
Yeah, make sure to leave us a comment. Make sure to rate us on iTunes. We've gotten one rating from one of our fearless listeners, right?
And subscribe.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe too. So, all right, Emma. Well, that leaves us for today. So, as we wrap up the podcast, what do you want to tell everybody?
See you next time. Bye-bye.